Okay, so today we got a little bit of a discussion I had internally with my brain, or my other half, or my other self, or my cosmic being about burst resistance in certain kinds of bits. And every single time I use one of my personal favorite, I really like UN under needle. Well, let me turn this light on actually. Jeez. And we'll turn it down. There's not so terrible. There we go. And one thing I found super curious about underneedle is you won't be able to tell just by me doing this, but it seems to have a lot of pressure on this ratchet. So my working theory why this bit in particular bursts so much is because it's on the cusp of overcoming those bit prongs is what I call them. Whereas something like this, it's like super easy to wiggle. I think that's what you want. That is what I found with bits that don't have burst resistance. Even wedge is pretty good. You want that almost that loose feeling. And I correlated it to this needle. It bursted the least with my hour-long test today. And the test was Schwabam. Not this guy, even though I like him a lot. That's a really cool blade, Tricera Press. But the subject was the M85 ratchet. It goes at around, 10.5 grams, 10.7 grams. 3 to 4 grams heavier than the heaviest, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is either 080 or 780. And the only downside being it has that type of locking mechanism. It does not, the ratchet burst resistance does not improve even if you used something with a thick neck like this high taper, just as an example. So I wanted to make one of my all-time faves. Where did I put him? This is the part where I forget stuff, right? Nope, he's right here. Schwa! Night Lance. And I painted him. And added some sparkly doodads and varnish, so he looks really cool. Uniform purple. I got a backup too, so don't kill me. No hate. So I got here. This was the combo. M85 UN and I want to say, what do I call it? The ultimate attack combo, the ultimate glass cannon combo. If I can find it. Here we go. Underflat that I made out of a spare gear flat I have, because I ain't paying fucking $90 for the Shark set. Are you kidding me? But yeah, that is 2 millimeters lower than the standard bit height. Bite Croc, Kill Shark, 260 UF, I guess, as a metric of how well it resists bursts. And when it's not exploding into pieces, it actually does pretty well. And it feels really heavy. You get a sense of weight just by watching it move around. And sometimes it does that. That's what I like to see. So we'll do a few rounds, and if it what's the word I'm looking for? If it contradicts my experience from earlier today, then that's a good thing. Then I don't know what to think, but it should be bursting a lot. first one. Just be patient with me here. Downside of it bursting, it takes longer for me to get to the next round. I got lots of shit around. You'll have to excuse that extra noise. Okay, that's burst 2. That's actually really awesome. So there's definitely some win ratio here. Night Lance has a really nasty, like snake, like a cornered rat vibe to it, where it's stuck in a corner, nowhere to go, and it does a really nasty bite. And just made the... Where did he go? Where did my grenade Beyblade go? Well, I'll just have to grab my backup bike croc. Alright, we'll do one round with this standard combo. And I'm hoping, actually, for the purposes of me being right, I hope it bursts again. I wasn't paying attention, but I believe there was some contact before it exploded. So yeah, underflat is a bit of a grenade. What it tends to do is you can't afford to have it tilt even slightly, otherwise it just collides with the rail on the disc here. So that's the downside. We'll do another one. Nice tilt. Okay, so I'm gonna say it kind of proves my point. It bursts a lot. It bit bursts even more. And I really think that's just because it feels like it's fine, but it's on the cusp of being popped out. So I'm gonna do the same thing, but with needle. What surprised me about this one is that it's jumpy. It's kind of odd. All right, well, I'm going to say that's a win because it didn't burst. And again, we're thinking about the bit bursting, not so much the ratchet. Okay, the bit did not burst, so that's a win. If you can believe that. There we go, nice, nice. Look at that, that's crazy. Again, the bit did not burst. We're not thinking about the ratchet. The discussion is around my working premise is that burst resistance is overrated. It has to feel right. It has to have that nice, look, effortless wiggle. It's nicely seated, if that makes sense. It's something you have to feel for yourself. It's something you definitely have to experience on an individual level. So we'll do a wrap up. We'll do a wrap up. A couple round. What do we at here? 9 minutes. Okay, so we'll do one more round. Not a single burst again. We're on an M85 height ratchet. Not a single bit burst. The ratchet itself will have to be a separate discussion video. I'm definitely experiencing some growing pains with it because it does burst a lot. But I have one of my options here. Golem Rock? Yeah, Golem Rock is great. I love me some Goyim Rock. But again, there's no gap. It would cover M85 very nicely, actually. So I think this would be the best candidate for this ratchet. Quite frankly, not that it's the best ratchet, but it is a solid candidate for this ratchet. But I like it so much, I don't want to use it. So I'm, yeah. call me what you may. I'll have to wait for the Hasbro release when that comes in, like 5 years from now, maybe. Okay, so one more. Where was I at? One more round, right? Yeah, one more round. Let's go. Bit's not even wobbling. So it just kind of goes to show what you can do if you get a good mold. I love Underneedle, but it kind of fucking sucks. Big time. For now, we need a remold. We need the Hasbro mold to see what that's like. Okay, peace out.